The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Every Point Sports Podcast. I am Jack Stache from Fantasy Farm Sports. We've got Greg, the old gamer GK, with us. Let's jump right into the games.
Absolutely. Real quick, before we get into games, I want to talk about this, the NFL referees. Anybody that watched the Thursday night game, the Ravens game, likely was called not a touchdown. We all know that was a touchdown. We watched the Thursday night game. The touchdown that they called for Pitts, his elbow was down before his butt was down.
Clearly.
Are you kidding me?
Clearly.
Are you kidding
I
me?
shut it off
what
thinking
is
it wasn't a
going on?
touchdown.
These refs are getting as bad as the Scabs ref last time they went on strike.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can't say anything. We shouldn't have let that. What do you mean? If officiating isn't part of the game, but because it is, officiating is a part of the play, I should be able to talk about it after the game.
Exactly.
Yes, we missed some plays. You know who else missed some plays? The elbow and the ass play.
Yeah,
it was elbow then ass.
Listen, these refs, they're getting coaches fired. Teams are losing games. They're losing playoff chances because these refs aren't making the right calls. NFL came out with a statement 2 days ago. Again, I want to preference this rant by all the information that I got from Mike Florio. He's the one that actually went on the rant, and a lot of what he was saying really seeped in, made a lot of sense, and I thought that our viewers should know.
I love this. Go ahead.
All right. Now, back, was it through last time, I forget how many years ago, the NFL refs, they had a contract. Scabs came in, did a horrible job. We were banging the table. We need refs back. We need the refs back. NFL said, okay, they caved, whatever you guys want. In the contract, it says that they are not to be bothered until May. Do not bother me with nothing until May hits. Once May hits, give me the new rules, and then that's when we'll go. So from the end of the Super Bowl all the way to May, they are not to be bothered. They are not to be accountable for any calls. No calls. They are not to be accountable for it. The NFL is not allowed to call up and say, listen, this ref cannot do this because they're A, B, and C. Now, they could be demoted from a Super Bowl, but again, that's the refs doing it, not the NFL. And the refs are doing it to save face.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Another thing, the people that we hear about in this room in New York, nobody knows who the hell they are.
Wait.
Nobody knows what refs are in that room. No, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. Nobody knows who they are. I'm sure there's somebody that knows who they are. I'm sure the NFL knows who they are. But there's nothing that's released saying this ref is in the room. This ref is making the call.
So these magical calls to New York.
What did you say before the podcast?
It's
the great Oz. The great Oz behind the curtain. That's who's making these calls in New York.
Great.
Just saying.
Fantastic.
I'm just saying.
Dorothy, Toto, Tin Man, Lion.
Yes. Exactly.
Scarecrow. That's what we're living.
The Wicked Witch of the West, or whatever she was.
That's what we're living. We're living we're living in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Okay.
With the technology we have these days, for the multi-billion-dollar industry and these teams, what they're worth now, we need full-time refs. And the NFL came out with a statement that said, just to let you guys know, the contract's done in May. So the ref's contract is done in May. NFL came out with the statement. Roger Goodell came out with the statement that said, we need to do something. We need to hold these guys at a higher standard, or we need to be better, or something like that. Along those terms is what he said. So either A, we're going to get full-time refs, or B, we might be getting some AI stuff going on in this too. That might be the direction we're heading. if they could get, they were saying if they could get this ball hawk spot settled and like perfected 100%, that will be the direction that they will be going. But personally, I think they're going to be going into the direction of full-time refs. They're not allowed to have any side gigs like they're allowed to have now. We got doctors, we got lawyers doing this. Um, you know how the NFL has in their coaching program and in their broadcasting program for former players,
Yeah.
a stepping stone, to help them out after their NFL career, to get them to that next stage in life. The players have been banging the drum that they would like to do some ref stuff. Refs don't want that. The ref association does not want the NFL players in their little club. So that's another thing that I think that that should happen with this. Have a pipeline for these former players at next stage in their career to do that. That some of them that want to stay involved in the game. So I think that's where we're headed. I just thought our viewers briefly would love to hear that little thing. So
how about this? How about, can we implement this rule? You and I both saw the same game on Thursday night.
Yes.
We both saw that Kyle Pitts didn't catch the touchdown because the elbow was down first.
Yes.
It's not that hard. I've talked to, and you know the amount of people I see throughout the week, I've probably talked to 70 people that called it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So just make the right call. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. And by the way, I'm that guy. You're making the wrong call on purpose.
You are that guy. So,
I don't care.
I know you are. If it's a wrong call, you think there's an alternate angle, an alternate purpose why they made that wrong call.
Because if 70 people saw it the way we saw it, you made it on purpose. That's too many people.
I get it.
That's Cosby charges. No, it is. Once you get to a certain number, you're like, brother, there had to be something going on. That's 45 women in 2 days. Yep. No, but I don't mean to put it that way, but I talked to a bunch. I go, do you think that was a touchdown? They go, no, the elbow was down first. And we're okay with it. Shut your TVs off if it's this bad, because it's bad.
Yeah, absolutely. We got somebody here saying hi. Hi, how are you? Thanks for showing up. Greatly appreciate it.
Hassan, how we feeling, brother?
All right. Let's see here. Now that we caught you guys up on the NFL refs, and anybody that's seen the game and was livid, like probably Jack and I, because I lost money on it. I'm sure Jack lost money on it because pretty much it should have been a slam dunk.
I didn't play it.
Oh, okay. Well, I took it.
I know it's fine.
Over on a parlay, over hit, and Tampa was up by 4. Oh, by the way, this stat: Tampa was Falcons 0 in 126 and 4 when they were down by 14 points and had more than 10 penalties. Can we talk about the 19 penalties that they had? And they still won. All right, I'm done with that.
Can we real quick talk about that? Tampa's got the worst defense in the league.
And listen, Bowles didn't really do too good of a job coaching at the end there. He should have used some of those timeouts to stop the clock, give Tampa at least a shot with the ball.
Well, they do, but I'm telling you, Tampa's averaging giving up 31 a game.
Yeah, I mean, Pitts had a killer game. We got somebody else here.
31 a game.
Brad,
Hello.
I must confess that the guy in the red shirt gave me a chubby. And you said, oh, okay. Well, okay. Angry man.
I'll tell you what. He's a chubby angry man
I
now.
should have read that before I brought it up.
Who cares? He's a chubby angry man.
All right.
Man.
First things first. We got the Raiders at the Eagles. Raiders are getting 12.5. Over under is 37.5. Eagles are at negative 950 money line, and the Raiders are at plus 625 money line. I mean, this is pretty easy, right? Eagles. I mean, even as bad as they are, as dysfunctional as it seems they are, I mean, the Raiders are way worse. I mean, right?
They are, but you could.
I'm not taking the 12.5, by the way.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only thing I do want to say, right, is that somehow, some way, Denver was pounding the Raiders, and then all of a sudden The game slowed down and the Raiders covered at the end. So I do want to at least mention that it does seem that the Raiders somehow are going to cover this. I don't know how. Don't make me but I'm just saying.
I'm
be
not
very
taking the
careful.
points.
Okay.
I'm taking the money line.
I just want to be very careful because everybody looks at this and they go, wow, the Eagles will win by 30. Yeah, they should.
No. The old Eagles would win by 30. This Eagles, I think, is going to win by a touchdown. I think it's going to be way closer than the 12.5, but I'm not touching the points. I'm taking the money line on a parlay with something else. That's what I'm going to do.
Philadelphia beats the Vegas Raiders at home, and there are at least 7 injuries and 1 death to the fans.
Okay.
No, I'm saying Vegas isn't. You think those Vegas fans are cute? They're not.
No. All right.
7 injuries, 1 death. That's my prediction.
Next,
I'm not
Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Bills are giving 2.5. Over under is 49.5. Bills are negative 142 money line. Patriots are at plus 120 money line. I know you and I talked briefly before the podcast, but I'll start off by saying I'm going to take Buffalo here. My gut tells me the Patriots, but my head tells me Buffalo. I'm going with my head this time. Patriots have been on a winning streak. They've been looking good. Buffalo's pretty much they have to keep winning to stay in the playoff hunt, to stay up there. Josh Allen looked like Superman last week. Could not believe what he did. So I think that continues this week. I like Buffalo.
Here's what I want people to do. Just take a deep breath. There you go. I just want you to take a deep breath because I think you can get a better number on this game. This game was 1 point, and now it's moved to 2.5. I've got 2 down here, but it was 1 all week. I think if the New England Patriots get the ball first, they will move the ball. Cincinnati moved the ball last week. So I believe that New England Patriots will move the ball. With that being said, you can get a better number on Buffalo on the money line than minus 135, and you might be able to get this -2 turned into a +1. That's my thoughts on this game. I love Buffalo. I will be taking Buffalo on the money line, but don't rush in. Just because she's pretty and it should happen, right, doesn't mean that she's going to like you. Don't rush in. Don't start house shopping. Let's watch that game, right? Let's see if she even likes the same movies you like. There's no reason to rush into this game. Let's kind of just feel the momentum. Take that deep breath that Greg did. We want to take Buffalo here, though. Divisions are built to split games. So each team builds their team to win games inside the division. And then if they're better than that outside the division, well, so be it. Then they have a playoff run and a Super Bowl hope. But always understand, if you don't get over the first hurdle, you'll land flat on your face right outside some clay on the track, stumbling, much like Miami did in this division. Although from the depths of hell, the Miami Dolphins are back. We'll get to them later. But if all things are equal here, I'll take the Bills, and they split with the Patriots 1-1. That's what Greg was talking about, that he'll take his brain and his head over his heart today.
Yep. Well, not my heart, my gut. Because my heart's just with San Francisco and Bama.
Oh, here we go.
They don't have
love affair again.
All right, next we got the Cleveland Browns at the Chicago Bears. Browns are at plus 7.5. Over under is 38.5. Browns are at plus 295. Bears are at negative 375. They're talking about some pretty nasty weather there in Chicago too, which weather's bad in Cleveland too, so that really doesn't matter. I like the Bears here. As long as Stefanski's coaching the Browns, I'm picking against him. He's done at the end of the year. After last week, Shedeur Sanders had a killer game, a game that you dream about, and you spoil it. Listen.
Tell me about my Shedeur Sanders.
You tried this 2-point conversion against San Francisco. How did it work out for you? It didn't. Why try it again? You got a guy that brought you back into the game. You're down by even digits, even numbers. You don't go for 2. Browns in Atlanta, you don't go for 2. Or if you do, you keep your freaking quarterback in and you don't go to Wildcat that you couldn't get 2 weeks ago. You're trying to be too smart. You're trying to say that in that situation, I believe you're trying to say, listen, I'm better than Shedeur. You wanted to take the spotlight off of Shedeur and you wanted to say, look at me. Well, you know what? Pie got thrown in your face and you're fired at the end of the year. My rant's done. Jack, go ahead.
I just want to know. I just want to ask at this point, who's the better pro quarterback? Is it Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders? That's all I want to know.
We all know it's Shedeur Sanders.
No, please just tell me. Tell me, because I told everybody in April. He had better pocket presence. He knew when to run. He doesn't run a lot. He can manipulate and maneuver. He slides. He's a little slippery. Oh, but he's not a great athlete. He's not. He just has enough speed. He just has enough slipperiness. He's not looking to run because I'm telling you, he's got a great arm. It's not the best arm I've ever seen.
It's a good arm.
It's a good arm, but it zips the ball in there. Right? Yeah, but he pats the ball. Watch everyone else. They pat the ball too.
Yeah, he needs to stop patting the ball, though. That's a big thing that they pointed out last week, and I was watching him, and yeah, he's right. Even Brady was saying the same thing. You're right. A lot of other quarterbacks do that, and that's a bad habit that a lot of coaches want them to break.
Yeah, and I think in older leagues like the 1980s and like the 1990s, you probably couldn't get away with patting the ball. But since you can't touch the receiver now, you got that extra second. Okay.
Yeah, the thing about patting the ball is if you can get a rhythm down as a corner, which, listen, these guys are the best of the best. These guys pick out a rhythm where nobody sees it. You know, you could jump a route or two. And I'm not saying all the time, but if you could do that one time a game, you know and I know one turnover is all it takes.
I think you can, it's just as like, and this might not be the
He's young. He's young.
So,
he's not going to do everything 100%.
Donovan McNabb used to play on his heels. So what they did in practice is they put these little things around to where he only could throw off his toes, like to stay on his toes. And he finally got better at doing that because every time he threw off his heels, for how his body was built, he'd throw them into the ground. That's why he threw so many ground balls, right? And so this whole patting the ball thing, yeah, you can dial it back a little bit. He'll probably always still have a little bit of that tick in him. But 367 yards and 4 touchdowns. I said he was more pro ready because my eyes are better than everyone.
I don't know if he was pro ready at the time. We don't know that.
I'm going to tell you why he didn't play. I'm going to tell you, he gave you the answer why he didn't play last week. He said he had a back injury. I believe he really did have a back injury. Because that dude takes hits in the pocket and doesn't talk about it and winces with a smile. He's got that Magic Johnson smile.
He's a slighter built quarterback too. He's not the biggest quarterback. So, if
Colin Cowherd said this the best. Colin Cowherd goes, you have to understand, he's only 6 foot, maybe 6'1". He's closer to 6'1". He goes, but you have to look at how everyone's built. He's built thick. He looks taller. He's not, but he feels taller. He feels like a taller guy. He's almost built like a giraffe. Right? He's got a big long neck, and his thighs are huge like his father's, which is why he stands in the pocket and he goes, I'll take bullets all day, which is why he would have been more suitable for Tennessee. If he went to Tennessee, that big smile, he would have wore a cowboy hat, and he would have taken bullets in your offensive line that can only give Will Levis 2.5 seconds a game.
Yeah, but he did not. He was not a first round talent, or first pick talent. I don't want to say.
No, there was Cam Ward.
Not a first pick talent. Listen, he has more talent than Shedeur.
I don't think Cam Ward would start at Miami this year.
What's that?
I don't think Cam Ward would start at Miami this year.
I'm just saying the facts. He's more athletic, stronger arm. I mean, that's what they make the bases on. So,
yeah. Well, I think that Cleveland finds a way. I really do, because the Bears defense isn't good. I don't know.
Bears defense is good.
Well, I don't think
they're very good. Turnovers.
That's fine. I watched them against Green Bay last week. I thought they were hilarious. I I didn't think they tackled well. I think they handled taller guys poorly. I think Chicago's a good team, but as far as being all the way
They were an
there,
interception away from winning it, or not from tying it up. I mean, if Williams doesn't throw or Caleb doesn't throw that interception down in the goal, in the end zone, they tie that game up. They played a lot better than I thought that they would.
I guess I bet Green Bay blindly. I watched the game.
I bet Green Bay too. Yep.
And between you, we'll talk. You didn't really sweat and think that Love was going to blow that game ever. I know that they played within.
No, I thought they would win in overtime, but I mean, just for Chicago to keep up with the way Green Bay was playing, I thought was impressive.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Cleveland loses by 7.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting 7.5.
I'm taking the Bears on the money line. Most of the games today, I am taking money lines. I don't really care for too many point spreads. There's a lot of high ones here. Okay, so you like the Bears to win, but you like the Browns to cover 7.5.
Yeah, and give me the Bears on the money line. That's where I would stand my money, because I'm gonna tell you something. After what you said about Stefanski, I wonder if that defense quits on him. Like I wonder
quits on him.
Like
by the way, this would definitely change your mind. I'm sorry. They don't have their starting center, their starting left tackle, or their starting right tackle.
Cleveland,
yes, Cleveland. I should have said that before I even started talking about this game.
I'll bet you $700 they're all healthy, and he's trying to get Sanders killed.
They're out. No, they're out.
I know. I bet they're all healthy. I bet you're all playing dice in the hallway in the hotels.
Oh,
they're fine.
that little hip that you normally pain that you normally could play through. Oh, this guy here. Do I really want to play?
I bet you they're on vacation in Hawaii starting Monday. They never even went to a doctor. I'm serious. You want the whole Stefanski thing? Yeah. Oh, Shedeur Sanders. He played so well. Get rid of his center. Get rid of the left tackle. Who else? You know what? Let's just play with 3 linemen. Let's see how he plays then. And I want my Dylan Gabriel to have the very best. Put him on a pillow. Get out. Give me Chicago, and I don't even want to think about Cleveland.
Yeah. Yep. I'm the same here. Real quick, shout out Nick. He says he loves it here. We love having you here.
Hey, there he is, our guy.
Delonso, thanks for showing up. Hi, how are you?
H3T. I like it.
How are you? All right, next we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens are giving 2.5. Over under is 51.5. Baltimore is negative 162 money line. The Bengals are at plus 136 money line. Listen, I picked the Bengals last week over Buffalo. That was going to be my upset. They should have pulled that out. If it wasn't for that 2 back-to-back series with Burrow, the pick 6, and then immediately next series throwing another interception, they win that game. Burrow played lights out. I like Cincinnati here. I really do. Baltimore, that's not the Baltimore team we're accustomed to seeing. It's not. This is a down year for them. I think they know that. They're trying to scrap into the playoffs. It's at Cincinnati. This is a division rival just as much as Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. That 3 group right there, they hate each other. Those 3 teams hate each other. So This is going to be a scrapping game. But no T. Higgins this game, from what I hear. He's on the injury report, concussion. But I think this is going to make a big game for Chase. So I'm rolling with the Bengals here. This game here, I will take the 2.5 that I'm getting, but I'm not afraid to take the money line plus 126 or 136. You can make yourself a couple extra bucks on that.
Yeah. I like Cincinnati here. Cincinnati has played consistently. But let's see. They played and they beat. What was this? This was just a couple weeks ago, right? Just a couple weeks ago, they went into Baltimore and won. Right? They were 7-point favorites. Burrow's first time back, and they won that game. And we often talk about divisions and all these other things, and get back games and stuff like that. Wasn't that Lamar Jackson didn't play very well that game?
No. No, and he hasn't played very well at all this year. Somebody mentioned to him during his press conference this week that he only has one run this year over 20 yards, and he was like, "Really?" He couldn't believe it himself.
Hmm. Okay, so that sounds good. I don't care what the prop bet is. Let's see what the prop bet is while we're live. Why not? Right?
Hmm.
Let's just player props. Let's go to rushing yards. Like let's just have some fun with Lamar Jackson over or under 33 and a half yards. It's the favorite is the under, but I think the over could come in 33 and a
I
half
think the
yards.
over could come in. Listen, it's Cincinnati's defense. The only reason why they win games in games is because of their offense. Their defense is horrible.
By the
It's one
way,
of the
I think
worst defenses in the league.
Lamar had what, 5 turnovers in that Cincinnati game, right? That Thursday night game, he had 5 turnovers.
Yeah, something like that. It was, yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. If they didn't have 5 turnovers, I think they controlled the clock. I think they had the most yards. I think they did a lot of things great.
And they
So
should have because it was in Baltimore.
right. I'm gonna take Baltimore here. I like
Okay.
Baltimore on the money line. I'm gonna
Okay.
go on
I
record.
like
I think Baltimore.
Cincinnati. So Jack and I are split on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore. I think they get back. If they don't have those 5 turnovers, they actually win that game.
I agree. If they didn't have those 5 turnovers, they win that game. But this is a different Baltimore team. This is a different Cincinnati team. It's in Cincinnati. I honestly think the Bengals walk away with this. Not walk
Okay.
away, not run away, not walk away. This is definitely going to be a close game. That's why I'll take the 2.5, or I'll even take the money line.
Okay.
Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Houston Texans. Cardinals are getting 10.5. Over under is 42.5. Cardinals are at plus 455. Texans are at negative 625. Again, this is a money line game for me with the Texans. They're far and above, way better than Arizona is. You and I talked. Arizona's a better team with Brissett back there, but they're still not a good team right now. Um, Wilson is a good receiver that they have. He looks like he's going to end up being the number one, and it looks like Harrison's going to end up being the number two there, unless he can really turn it on. They really don't have a running game. Their defense isn't really all that good, but Houston's Texans is one of the best defenses in the league.
Hmm.
C.J. Stroud is finally playing pretty good ball. They're starting to run it with that rookie and with Chubb. So listen, the Houston Texans are playing. Uh, they're on their way to playing their best football of the year, which that's what you want to see the closer you get to the playoffs. So I like Houston here on the money line. 10.5 is way too much for me to touch, even if it is Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, well, at this point, we just have to admit it. Houston's the best team in Texas.
Oh, absolutely.
They're the best team
Absolutely.
in Texas. They have a much cooler logo. I think the logo is a lot cooler than just the star. That cow's head with the star is much cooler.
Hmm.
It is. And they have a dominant part of the football. Like Dallas's offense is good, but it's never dominant. You're never like,
Hmm.
wow, I mean, they score points. Yes, they do, but not dominant. If they were a dominant offense, they would have shown Denver's defense some scare up in Denver. They didn't, right? Houston goes everywhere, dragging a big club on defense. And by halftime, you're like, yo, we got to get out of here. That's what you're thinking. We just got to get out of here. This
Hmm.
team is swinging every single play. They look faster, bigger, better, stronger. I can't say that they're that Baltimore Ravens defense,
No,
but
but they're young too. They're
they're
very young.
starting to make me feel like the Legion of Boom. Will Anderson, Mr. Anderson, he's
Hmm.
a damn problem. And I know we talk about Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. To me, the best defensive end in the league has to be run by the best defense. And that's Will Anderson. Will Anderson's directing everything. I mean, everything. He's telling this DN here. He's telling the corners what to do. And then he gets down in his stance. That dude is awesome. Micah Parsons is very good too. But for my money, give me Will Anderson all day. They club Arizona.
Listen, I'm a huge Anderson fan. I mean, he's from Bama. I love them there. Won a national championship with us. Um, Miles Garrett by far is the best defensive end in the league right now. He is he is going to go down as one of the greatest defensive ends ever to play the game. He's going to own the sack record this year. Anderson to me is the second, but Anderson's way younger than Garrett. Anderson still has room to grow, so I'm not taking anything away from him. For me, this defense is just it's nasty. It's nasty. It has that. It has the head coach's personality. The head coach played for Alabama. He was a middle linebacker for Alabama. He played for the Houston Texans. Like, he is the Houston Texans.
You gotta Ric Flair, right? He says you gotta beat the man to be the man. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Think about
No, I did not.
Think about that. You got to be the man, or you got to beat the man to be the man. That's what Ric Flair said. Mm-hmm. Well, let's take a look at Houston's resume. Smash Buffalo. I mean, made Josh Allen's life terrible. He really struggled that game. Anderson got on him for one and dropped him the rest of the game. Then for an encore, we'll just beat the hell out of Patrick Mahomes on national TV. Who else wants to come in here? I mean, and these are road games. Houston's the best team in the AFC. I understand records and the Patriots. Let's see Texans Patriots. Let's see it. Because, listen, I think Vrabel's a tough guy, and I think he wields a mighty sword. But as far as the club, Houston's bringing the club every single week. I feel bad for Jacoby Brissett today because he's not quick. He knows the game, but he's going to be absolutely abused.
Yeah. Even with Houston's defense, when they were on that losing streak, that defense was still good. So,
yeah.
All right, next we got the LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers are getting 5.5. Over under is 41.5. Chargers are at plus 215 money line. Chiefs are at negative 265 money line. Listen, I'm not touching this game. I've taken the Chiefs the last 3 weeks, and I've lost every freaking time on them. They are officially eliminated if they lose this game. So, Chargers won last week when I didn't think they were going to win against the Eagles. Chiefs lost when I thought they were going to win. I forget who they played.
Houston.
Okay. 5.5 is a lot. I'm taking the Chargers with the points here.
I'll take so it was at 6. It got to 6.5, which I think that would be the safe number. Huh? Yeah. It would be the safe. It would be the safe number. It dropped the whole point, which is really interesting, right? I like Kansas City on the money line here. I do want to just kind of, as great as Houston was last week against Kansas City, Kansas City's defense held Houston's offense in the third quarter to negative 2 yards. A whole quarter. Negative 2 yards. All 3 and outs. I mean, they that Kansas City defense, when they need to turn it up a level, can. And
wasn't there a call in that game too against Kansas City where a pass should have been caught and then they called it incomplete?
Yeah.
In the end zone.
Yeah.
Like another game. Like again, guys, I don't want to keep hammering my point in the beginning of the podcast about the refs, but like something really has to be done. All right, so you like the Chiefs on the money line. I'm taking the Chargers with the points. I don't know if the Chargers win this, but if the Chiefs do win, I think it's by like by 3 points. Definitely under 5.5, I think. So that's why I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, next we got the New York Jets at the Jaguars. Jets are getting 13.5. Over under is 40.5. The Jets are at plus 675. Jags are at negative 1050. I picked the Jets over the Dolphins last week just because of the weather. Dolphins went up there and pretty much beat the brakes off the Jets. If the Dolphins were able to do that, the Jags are a way better team than the Dolphins in my book. Maybe not in yours, but in my book. They're playing a lot better football. They're playing actually pretty good football this year. I'm taking the Jags on the money line. I'm not even going to touch this game really because, I mean, negative 1050. Like, what can you really make off of this game? But if I'm picking a winner, it's going to be the Jags money line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only interesting thing about this game, and it used to be interesting, was that Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence both know each other.
Yeah, but that's nothing now since Fields isn't playing. So
Oh, he's no, that's even that's why we talk about this.
yeah. All right,
Take
next.
the tags.
All right, next we got to watch the Commanders at the New York Giants. Giants are getting 3 points. Or sorry, is giving 3 points. Giants are. Over under is 45.5. Giants are at negative 155. Commanders are at plus 130. Jalen Daniels is done for the year, correct? That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
Yeah, they're shutting them down. Mariota's in the game. Listen, they looked all right a couple times with Mariota in the back there. But I like this Giants team. This Giants team is scrappy with Dart back there. I think they find some way to win this game.
Everybody always looks at these contests between these two, beginning of the year, end of year, whatever, right? And they sit there and they go, well, it should be a hard fought game. It never is.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a hard fought game. In fact, it's always it's always a track meet. It turns into somehow, some way. And I think that it's going to be a track meet again. I love over 45.5. I'm sitting with over 46. I love over 46. I think that happens. That could happen midway through the third quarter and you're tap dancing with all the money you made. Mariota has played really well.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give a little bit of perspective, he destroyed that Denver Broncos defense. I mean, he looked great.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And then they decided, all right, well, our franchise quarterback is good enough to go. And I kind of think to myself, if you had a quarterback that was looking good, why don't you just ride with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daniels is clearly, yeah, but I want to play and be a part of the team. Yeah, but you're beat up. You're fragile, and now you're starting to take hits. Like, go call Lamar Jackson, ask him how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason to do any of that. I like the over in this game. I don't want to touch it though.
Okay. All right. I'm taking the Giants on the money line here. I like them. Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Seattle Seahawks. Colts are getting 13.5. Over under is 41.5. Colts are at plus 650. Seattle's at negative 1,000. I mean, we got 44-year-old Philip Rivers come in playing for this team. I like Seattle here. Again, it's under 1,000. I could really see the under coming in on this, just for the fact that I think Seattle is just going to say, you know what, let's run the ball. Let's just get out of this game. We know we have this game where we're going to win it. Let's just run the heck out of the ball.
Where are all my Anthony Richardson people at? I mean, where are you? Where are, he's out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. After this year, he's out of the league. No one's going to take a chance on him. Do you know that there's been backdoor phone conversations and Philip Rivers has basically been, been given conference calls on the Colts just in case something happens to Daniel Jones for weeks and weeks and weeks now? At his high school games, he's been running the Colts offense to familiarize himself. Running the same offense.
His son Gunner's the quarterback for them.
Do you know how crazy this story is? Anthony Richardson, he's going to be a McDonald's worker. And that's not to knock McDonald's workers because you want that job and he doesn't. He's going to be
McDonald's worker in California. You're making $20 an hour. So
yeah, but it's $70 an hour just to live there. So they're out on the street anyway. 13.5. I got new Old Man River. Old Man River's going to be playing for the Colts today. 13.5 points. I'll tell you what. Nobody thinks he's going to play well, even though he's been calling the plays like Shane Steichen has been all year. Right? I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I love the fact that it's 13. If it wasn't him and it was Daniel Jones on one leg, what would the spread be? The spread would be like 7, 8 points. That's what the spread would be. We're just
8.5, 9. Yep.
Sure, 8.5, 9. And so we're trying to say that Daniel Jones is better on a fractured leg than Philip Rivers is on both of his good ones. I mean, do we really believe that? No. Nobody
He's
believes
44. That. He hasn't played in 5 years.
He's 44, right? And he's played probably some of that offense before. He's probably thrown the ball around.
No, he has. But I'm saying he hasn't played an NFL game in 5 years.
So he's going to see the blitzes coming because they're going to attack him early. And what he's going to do is he's going to dump off because he's going to see the blitzes coming because he's not stupid. He's always been a smarter quarterback than he was gifted, right? So he's going to tire Seattle, much like Bernard Hopkins tired Deshaun Taylor Jermaine Taylor when he was coming up boxing him, right? Remember that? And then at the end of the rounds, he crushed the kid. I'm telling you, if you think Phillip Rivers is just coming here to party and go, yeah, you know what?
No, I'm not saying he's coming here to party at all. But I mean, let's not paint a crappy barn red and call it brand new. He's 44 years old. He hasn't played in 5 years. I listen, I'm all about that great story and a guy coming in and putting up some points. It's happened. I know it's happened. I just don't think it's going to happen against that Seattle defense.
I think the Seattle defense underestimates him. That's what I think. That's what young people do with old people. They go, well, we're just going to over under. Do you like the over under in Phillip Rivers passing yards?
Mm-hmm.
His passing yards 151.5. In his regular playing career, he averaged 285. Do you think we're going over or under?
Under. I'm taking under. I know what you're taking, but I'm taking.
You don't think he's going to throw for 151 yards? 151 and a half yards.
No, I think he passes for about 120 something yards. If they
not with a 6'5" Alex Pierce.
Run the ball with Taylor.
Oh, they do.
I'm saying if they win the game, that's the only way they're going to win is if they run the ball with Taylor. They're not going to do it off of Phillip Rivers' arm. They're just not.
220 for Phillip. 220 yards in my prediction. 220 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Okay. And he's the talk of sports radio tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm taking Seattle here. I don't think there's a chance in hell. Jack likes the Colts. I don't know. Okay.
Oh,
Jack likes the Colts.
I like the Colts.
All right.
Well, you want to know why I also like the Colts because I think Nick Wright might be the dumbest person on the planet. And he thinks this is the worst idea ever. It's ridiculous to think that you could put in this old guy with doesn't the UFC do it all the time? Yeah, the UFC does it all the time. Face-to-face combat. He's got 5 people standing in front of him before he gets hit.
Listen, the only reason why Rivers got the call was because 1, he played for him last. 2, he runs the same offense that the Colts did too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a seamless transition for him. All right, next we got the Tennessee Titans at the San Francisco 49ers. Niners are giving 12.5. Over under is 44.5. Tennessee's at plus 600. Niners are at negative 900. I'm Niners all day on this. I don't think Tennessee has a shot. They look a little bit better last week against the Browns, but again, it's the Browns. I like the Niners here. I don't think there's too much more to talk about.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. One quick side note for the Niners. They did just put Brandon Ayuk on the non-football leaving team something list, so he cannot come back this year at all.
What do I always say about Tennessee? They have great country music.
Okay. All right, next we got the Lions at the Rams. Keep doing that. Rams are giving 5.5. Over under is 54.5. Lions are at plus 200. Rams are at negative 245. I like the Rams and I like the over in this game.
Yeah, I think that's a great bet. I think this finds its way to 60. I think you'll see. I'll also take the over on Dan Campbell going on at least 3/4 downs. One of them won't make sense.
Absolutely.
And the reason why this is a 6-point spread is because there's one coach that can do math and another can't.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I will say it until he's not. Dan Campbell's commercial for Applebee's was an apprenticeship. That's where he's going to be working if he keeps doing math this poorly.
Listen, he might become the manager there one day. Maybe
he's a great motivator. Right, he screams in a room great.
Oh, so then therefore you could give good lineups, right before your shift. Remember the lineups or what was that? What we called it at Outback, the powwows.
Who's gonna sell the
powwows? Let's go. We can do it, guys. Let's make that money.
I want boneless bites out the window. This is our fourth down.
I like the Rams and the over here.
Yeah,
you like same?
Yeah, I love that actually, and it's a great parlay spot.
Absolutely. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Denver Broncos. Packers are giving 1.5. Over-unders 42.5. Packers are negative 122 money line. Denver's at plus 102 money line. This is a tough game, but ultimately I think the Packers win this game. I think they do just enough to get by. Denver's defense is really good, but Packers' defense is pretty stout themselves. I think the advantage is the Packers' offense, and I think Bo Nix just makes just one mistake this time to cause them to lose.
So I like Denver's defense. They kind of got a problem. They have a severe. So the guy that's on the opposite side, forgive me for his name, but he's the opposite side cornerback of Surtain. Okay, he's real physical, but he's too physical. In fact, he's got the most pass interference calls in the league. So, okay, I'll either put Christian Watson, a speedster, on him, or I'll put Dartavian Wicks, who's 6'5", on him. He's going to have to grab either one of them. He doesn't have the physical. He's tough.
Don't forget, they have Reed back now.
I know, but
that's their speedster. That's the guy they give on reverses, end arounds.
I feel like
he's the guy that really stretches a defense. So don't forget that the Packers have Reed back. That's a big thing.
He could probably match up with those guys, but as far as physical nature and grabbing, and that's where
not physical wise.
That's where he can knock Reed down at the line of scrimmage. He's good with his footwork there. It's when he gets out into the longer field, 35, 40 yards, where Watson excels, where Wicks, if he catches the ball, excels at 6'5". This guy's gonna have problems with it. And if we're being honest here, McGarry from Michigan and Micah Parsons from Penn State, those guys close on a quarterback really quickly. And I like Bo Nix, but he's trying to be too cute and too perfect at times instead of getting the ball out of his hands. And I don't know how, but Micah Parsons, when he gets started, he doesn't look fast. And then all of a sudden, those hips move so fast, he's on you. Like his middle speed, if he was a track runner, right? His beginning speed, his middle speed is so fast. Alvin Kamara doesn't have breakaway speed, but when he hits the hole, he's there. Some guys have different kind of speeds, and there's different ways to measure these things. And I just think that if Bo Nix makes slow decisions, he's going to have Parsons on him, and he's going to be running to his right all day. And he does that a lot in the first two quarters. If you ever notice Nix, he's always running to the right, or he's trying to maneuver or have a run play. And you can't do that with Parsons. You have to be able to outplan him and outflank him. Otherwise, you're all of a sudden you're mad because you've been sacked 3 times, and maybe all 3 aren't by him, but the damn guy's chasing you all game. And it's just kind of how it works. You watch the games Parsons plays with. Caleb Williams, we think he's a better athlete than Bo Nix, or at least a better runner. And my God, he didn't have a plan on some plays, and Parsons in his back pocket. And I think it's annoying and it's tiresome. You're trying to run team, get them into plays, and you're like, Jesus, God, there he is. Every play, you're kind of staring down the barrel of Micah Parsons. I think that although Denver does have a good defense, they don't have an annoyance like that. They have good players. They have a fine structured defense. But if you try to get in Jordan Love's back pocket, he's just going to hit a fadeaway jumper to Watson across the middle. We saw a lot of that last week. I'll take the Packers. I think they win by 3. I think they beat this 1.5. I think they're a much better football team than Denver, and I'm not even afraid about it.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Next.
I know that was a mouthful, but I want to get all of it out there. Like but everybody, what are you laughing at? Everybody thinks.
No, I agree.
Everybody thinks this Denver team is just a world beater team, and I've watched a lot of them over the weeks. And there are real deficiencies though. And Green Bay's really, really good. Like, I don't know if anybody's like, all of a sudden you're going to turn around and go, could Green Bay be a Super Bowl team? Like, for real though. The worst they played was Philadelphia, and they lost by 3, and that was Philly's best.
And they've had some injuries throughout the year. They're getting healthier.
I don't think you're going to see
like
Josh
I said,
Jacobs
getting Reed
today.
back really changes that offense.
I don't think you're going to see Josh Jacobs today. They said he's expected to play. Adam Schefter just came through and said he's expected to play. Just understand that they're going to monitor his carries because he's had swelling in the knee. Once you start getting swelling in the knee as a running back, you want to be very careful. So I'm the mouthpiece of Fantasy Farm Sports. I would be very careful with Josh Jacobs today. Because if Sean Payton knows that there's swelling in that knee, let's not pretend like he wasn't a part of Bounty Gate.
And
okay?
If he's not, that Wilson has produced pretty well in his absence, by the way.
He could play very well, but it is a different dynamic. And Sean Payton will drive players to attack Josh Jacobs' knee. I'm telling you, he'll do it. He's a scumbag. He is. Right. I don't care.
Oh, no, listen, I get it. He had Bounty Gate out there, so.
You know?
Who is that? Greg Williams was their defensive coordinator. All right,
yeah.
Next. We got Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Panthers are giving 2.5. Over-under is 41.5. Panthers are at negative 148. Saints are at plus 124. The Saints went in and beat them last time, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. This is a revenge game.
Yep.
Absolutely. Listen, Saints won last week. Didn't think they had a chance against Tampa. They won. Shoe's playing good. Shoe has a good shoe on his foot. So.
Yeah, he beat the best he beat the worst defense in the league.
Anyways, Carolina's been playing a lot better football since the beginning of the year. I like Carolina here. I think they beat the Saints. They come back. Saints drop back to reality. Panthers come back up, say, listen, we're going to take control of this division. We're going to fight to win this division. Actually, I think they have a shot with Tampa. The way Tampa Bay's been playing, they've lost 5 out of the last 6. So I like Panthers here.
Love the Panthers here. That's the right bet.
All right. That's an easy one. Next, tonight, we got Minnesota Vikings at the Dallas Cowboys. Vikings are getting 5.5. Over-under is 47.5. Vikings are at plus 225. Dallas is at 278. My problem is, what are we getting with JJ? Are we getting the JJ we seen last week against a crappy Washington defense? Are we going to see the JJ that we've seen all year? That is the question. Dallas's defense has been playing better, but let's not start saying they're world beaters. They're still a porous defense. I don't know really who to pick here. I really don't. So that's why I'm going to take the Vikings with the points. I'm going to take the 5.5. I really don't know where to stand on this game. My guts is saying take the Vikings in 5.5.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good bet because it feels if JJ plays out of his mind, and he could, maybe he sees some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're looking at a really good competitive game in Dallas. Maybe they'll give him some easy answers early. I'm not really sure. That Dallas defense has been playing better lately. They're minus 5.5. I like Dallas on the money line.
Okay,
I really do. If we're trying to be safe, let's look at it's the late game, right?
Yeah.
Let's not be cute. Mm-hmm. Let's not get too cute here.
If you're up, you walk away. But if you're a degenerate like I am, I'm probably going to take the Vikings with the points. I don't know if the Vikings win this game, but if JJ plays even close to what he played last week, I find it hard to believe that Dallas would beat him 5 more than 5.5. So,
who likes Minnesota?
Our designated Vikings guy is in chat.
So God, here we go. I got to hear from this guy.
If we get the usual JJ, we're screwed. And if we get the JJ last week paired with the defensive last week, I think Minnesota cooks Dallas. That's pretty much my sentiments exactly. I totally agree with that. Breakdown.
Here, we like trends. Don't we like trends? Here's the trend. Here's how it's been for Minnesota. JJ McCarthy plays terrible. The next week he's injured. The next week he comes back, he plays well. Any idea where we're on the pinwheel this week? JJ plays terrible. Then he's injured. then it's the end of Minnesota's season. And I don't want to be that guy. I want the kid to succeed. But really what I want him to do is because I think they're very closely related, not family wise, but I think their games are close to each other. If he takes a look at how Jackson Dart plays, maybe a little less reckless, but I think they're very close to the same player. Don't you?
Yeah.
I think that they have the same tools. I think that they have the same 40 time. I think that they could throw on the move the same way. If he could look at the mechanics Jackson Dart has provided for the Giants, he's got better receivers. He does.
And he plays with more of a fearless attitude than also, I think.
Dart, probably.
Dart does. Yeah. Dart's not afraid to rush the ball and get in there and to put his head down. I mean, so much to where it's detrimental to him. He needs to relax more on that. But he's a young guy, first year playing. I get it.
I'm not saying to study the same books, right? You went to Michigan, he went to Ole Miss. He doesn't have any brains, so he's willing to scramble them on scrambles, right? So is his buddy Scadaboo. It's fine. They'll be in front of a judge in 30 years, not knowing the murder that they committed due to the bad brain that they have. That's what CTE. Yeah. That's what will end up happening for them. I'm not saying to go that far, but what I'm saying is that use it a little bit, slide when you need to, right? And manipulate the pocket and just know where your guys are and let the ball go. If you throw an interception or if you throw a bad pass, put it low. A lot of his stuff has been sailing high because he's trying to hit these levels. Get rid of the levels, right? Start throwing the levels when you get hot. Maybe he's that type of quarterback. You got to get hot. A lot of guys are rhythm quarterbacks. That's fine. How about you catch a dump off that was supposed to be right here and you hit him right here? Then you hit another pass across the middle, right? Right in the guy's chest. You throw two good ones. Now the third one, now you try to hit your levels. Don't eat you ever eat a whole pizza at once? Like the whole pie. You order the whole damn pie. You take the circle, you pick it up, and you try to eat it. No one does that. One bite at a time, JJ. Come on. You studied for the tests at Michigan, one bite at a time.
And I think that's what they did last week, and they did a very good job at it.
Right? Walk over to your coach, right? And when you start saying something, have him slap that black paint off your face. Maybe that'll wake you up. Right? Because I'm telling you, there's places in college football, how you're playing right now, you would not start.
Correct. All right, next. We got the final game, Monday night game. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dolphins are getting 3 points. Over-under is 42.5. Dolphins are at plus 140, and Pittsburgh's at negative 166. Dolphins won their first game with temperature below 50 degrees last week against the Jets. So they got that monkey off their back, if you want to say. Pittsburgh shocked me last week. They ended up winning. I like Pittsburgh this week.
I just want to fire Mike McDaniel. When are we doing that?
What's that?
When are we firing Mike McDaniel? I just want to find out.
I think he kept his job after last week.
Well, no, there's coaches we have to fire, though, right? We have to.
We don't have to fire anybody.
Yeah, we do. We got to fire Mike McDaniel. Yeah, he's 6-7. Got to fire Mike McDaniel.
Savansky's the only one I want to fire.
We got to fire Andy Reid.
Because he missed the playoffs one year.
No, he's 6-7. I want to fire the 6-7 coaches. I want to fire Mike McDaniel. I want to fire, and I don't know what you're laughing about. There's a couple other guys out there that are only 6-7, and I just want to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pay. I got to take a loan from the bank. I'll tell them if it's for a house, and I won't buy the house. I just want to get one of those blimps that says "fire these coaches" in their town, and that way I can waste dumb money too. Yep. Mike McDaniel has rattled off a bunch of wins with an awful constructed football team. Now that we've fired that joke and thrown him in the Miami River and laughed at him while he drowned, that's what we should do. It hasn't happened. He still has the same nice little apartment overlooking, and he's having a great life now because he doesn't get to make any more decisions for anyone ever again. Mike McDaniel has gotten this team to fight hard. right? They're probably they're neck and I actually believe that they're the least talented team in the division. Least talented. I think the
absolutely.
Jets have more talent.
Mhm.
Toe to toe, the Jets have more talent. And if they don't, they still have more draft picks, which this guy didn't get any draft picks for Tyreek Hill in the offseason when we knew he was done anyway.
Mhm.
Fantastic job. Loser out the door. Right? Tua, shell of himself. McDaniel still finds a way to make him look relevant. We got to keep him as the coach because he's coached a terrible team.
Yeah.
Right? He's if he was the coach of the Raiders right now, he'd find his way to 6 wins. I don't know how. He'd do it.
Mhm.
He would do it. So let's get rid of the firing him narrative. Let's get rid of the
Absolutely.
firing of Mike Tomlin narrative. I do believe we need to find a guy, a general manager for Pittsburgh that has, or maybe a tandem that has some quarterback experience and bring in a real guy. And you know what? Maybe after this season, Aaron sticks around and he helps out in that facet. He seems to really like Tomlin, and that's great.
Mhm.
Right? So my thought is I think this is a hard fought game. I do think that Pittsburgh's really tough at home. I almost think that Pittsburgh wins by 2. Like a late game
Okay.
field goal.
Uh,
Miami's fighting them tough.
no TJ Watt. During the week, he was getting dry needle treatment. He ended up getting a partially collapsed lung. He needed to get emergency surgery.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, he's all right. He's good now, but he will be out for a little while now. So we'll see when he gets back. But that was kind of crazy. That happened in the middle of nowhere. Like he was just in there getting regular maintenance treatments on his muscles. For them that don't know what dry needle treatment is, it is a deeper needle treatment than acupuncture.
Jesus.
It's
Oh.
longer needles. It goes deeper into the muscle, and I guess they went too far.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins don't have A-Chain either.
No. But I mean, listen, that could make Pittsburgh's defense play more inspired football. We
But
see
like,
that
who
tons
did
of
the
times.
Dolphins have? Like, who's the Dolphins player? Like, who are we gonna get right? Like, who is it?
Mhm.
You got Tua, who's always thrown to speed, and now you don't really have anybody.
And listen, their winning streak wasn't because of Tua. Look at his stats. Look at their running game. They've been winning because of their running game.
Yeah, it's because you know what it is. It's that idiot from Yale switched the offense, and because he's so stupid, they started winning games. Wait a
Yeah.
minute, I'm so confused.
And like,
Sometimes I don't know
listen,
what I
guys,
say.
when McDaniels was up in San Francisco with Kyle, we had the number one rushing offense. So, you know.
He's a great coach.
Listen, I never said he wasn't. I just said he couldn't lead men.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Said that's why they needed Gruden in there. But
Let's
he's
move.
showing that he's showing these last like 4 games he could lead some men.
Let's move. Let's flip places. Let's move him. Let's move him to let's move him to Detroit, and let's move Dan Campbell to Miami. Then what'll happen?
Miami will continue losing, and Detroit will be back up scoring 30 points a game like they were with Ben Johnson.
Miami would be losing bad.
Yeah.
All right, we got the game started. We got to get off.
All right. Real quick, Nick always shows up in our chat, and I just want to give a quick shout out to him. He has a place on Facebook called My Buddy's Kitchen. He is a chef. He does wonderful, wonderful work. He does catering, but one thing he does that I absolutely love is his cheesecake. So reach out to him on Facebook, guys, if you guys want a cheesecake or any catering events. Again, it's My Buddy's Kitchen. He's unbelievable, and his cheesecakes are phenomenal. They are fresh made. They are homemade. Even the blueberry toppings that he puts on it, that's all fresh. Strawberries,
Ooh.
all fresh. So My Buddy's Kitchen, make sure you check it out. I just wanted to give him a quick shout out because he's always in our chat.
All right, Chef Nick, baby, check him out.
All right, guys. As always, make sure you guys watch Fantasy Farm Sports. Make sure you watch Old Gamer GK over on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, be excellent to each other.